Hey, this is Rich with DSID. In this video, we're going to be talking about a March Madness contest, not necessarily one that we're offering to you, but more specifically how you can run one in your practice effectively, offering it to your patients to hopefully improve their patient experience. So the type of contest we're going to be covering is called a count contest. Many of you might already be familiar with this type of contest. They are very commonplace for many reasons. It begins with something in a container that you can count, such as these basketball beads. You set this at the front desk or somewhere in the practice, and participants, they take a glance and guess how many beads or how many basketballs they think are in this jar. They submit their guess, and you as the practice can reward the closest guess or the 5 of the closest guesses. It's really up to you. But what makes a contest like this so great is that it's super accessible. Whether you're 7, 47, 87, it's fair game for everyone. It's a simple guessing game, and those are the best kind of games because anyone can participate and stand an equal chance of winning. So let's talk about exactly what you need to effectively run a contest like this. You need something to count. So these are little basketball beads that we were able to order off of Amazon. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many there are in here. I'll let you watch till the end to see whether your guess was right. This is a bag of 50 beads in here. We were able to order 150 for $9. It's a little bit more expensive than you might want, but there you go. It's a good option, and it's relatively affordable. You know, it's not going to break the bank. Keep in mind that whatever it is that you put in this jar, make sure that it's a high number. You don't want, like 20, 30. That's just going to be too easy to guess. You want it to be somewhat of a challenge. At the end of the day, whether you're guessing 300, 600, or 1,000, when you're getting to that number, no one's really going to know, oh, that's absolutely 1,000 beads, I can tell. That's the whole point of the contest, right? So the second most important thing that you need to do is tell people about it. People need to know that you are running this contest. If you have printable flyer, you can leave this at the front desk, and people can see that this is going on. This flyer outlines all the details in terms of what they need to do, what they can win, how they enter, when the contest runs until, and then of course using digital displays to highlight the contest increases the visibility. The more channels that you're using to promote and highlight it, the better. The third thing you need to figure out and implement is the entry method. So firstly, you need to decide, is this a paper-only entry method? Is it digital only? Or is it a combination of both? If you're using paper entry methods, you can use little entry forms, simple things like this. This simply states first name, last name, phone, email, and what their guess is, and of course include some pens at the front desk area for them to complete these. You can also do a more fancy entry method using branded printable entry forms such as this. Obviously color printing costs a little bit more than black and white. DSID does actually provide printable forms like this, which you can download from our website for free, and you can just print these on the office printer and cut them out, or with a pair of scissors or a guillotine. In addition to paper entry methods, you might want to implement something like a QR code that people can scan with their smartphone, and then you can just go and create a online digital form using tools such as Jotform, and then within that form, same concept, just a field for them to enter their name, contact details, and obviously their guess. The more avenues that people have to enter the contest, the better, because that's just going to increase the likelihood of participation and engagement. So if you're going with a paper entry method, you're going to need something to collect those entry forms. This is a pretty cheap cardboard ballot box off of Amazon. Again, this was less than $3. This actually comes off, so you could rebrand this if you did a different theme later on. If you wanted something more secure, there are, again, options such as this. This is a clear ballot box, which you can actually lock with a key if you're worried about security. Something else that's very important to determine is your target audience. Who in your practice are you trying to target this? Now, obviously patients, but is there a specific demographic that you're trying to target? Are you trying to focus more on kids, more on adults, more maybe on a certain segment within that? Your target audience is ultimately going to determine what your incentive is. And the incentive is going to be the prize. What can people win if they guess the right amount of basketballs in this jar? And you want to make sure that your incentive is just that it's incentive for people to participate. Make sure that the prize is something that's going to appeal to the demographic that you're trying to target. Now, if you're trying to target kids, a GameStop gift card, probably a great way to go, but that's not really going to appeal to parents or adults. For the older range, maybe something like a restaurant gift card or a free landscaping for a month, lawn care for a month, something like that, that's going to make people's lives a bit easier. Also the amount, trying to offer $25 to adults. I mean, maybe some will participate, but it might not be enough to get most interested. You might want to push up towards $50, $100. For the kids, I mean, $25, it's more than enough to get them engaged. Heck, you could, $10 is enough to get them engaged for anything like this. You could actually, have double prizes. You could have a kid's prize. You could have an adult prize. You could even do multiple prizes. You don't necessarily have to just award one correct guess. You could, award the 5 closest guesses. It's all up to you in terms of, how much engagement you want to get from this. But that is really the key thing, the key driving factor in terms of how people are going to be engaged is what is the incentive? What can I win? Another thing you want to determine is the duration. How long is this contest going to run for? Something like March Madness would run perfectly through the whole month of March, probably even into April for the whole duration of the tournament. The longer you can keep this contest running for, the better, but you want to make sure that it's running for a relevant amount of time. Obviously, once the March Madness tournament is over, make sure that the contest is done. Don't keep it, running and hanging on. It might just look a little dated and a little careless. Whatever duration you decide on, make sure that there's enough time to achieve the level of engagement that you're looking to reach. Now, you might also want to consider implementing additional requirements. You might want to say, in order to be eligible, or maybe to get, increase your odds, ask them to write a Google review, or, like you on Instagram or Facebook. That's a great way to just make this contest work for your practice. If the incentive is great enough, you can ask more things of people to participate. If you're just offering a $25 gift card, it might be a stretch to ask them for a Google review as well. If you up the ante and offer, say, like a $200 gift card, that's definitely going to be incentive for many people. Do make sure you give that some thought. It's entirely optional as to what level of additional requirements you want to put on a contest such as this, if any. So let's talk about why you would want to run a contest like this in your practice. You might be thinking that, my practice, my patient base is generally older. This kind of contest is not going to appeal to them. This is more like a kid-based thing. I'd like to challenge you on that and, reconsider. If you run a more high-end style practice, maybe the boutique style practice, where you think this might be a little, cheesy. It all depends on how you present it. If you fill this jar with cheese balls, that maybe is not going to give the best impression, but use your creativity. You could do something like pearls or little plastic diamonds, something like that would just, it all depends on how you style it. Contests like this, they're fun and they're easy. Why that's beneficial to a patient? They're walking out the door having just done something positive and giving them the hope that they might win something. Ultimately, it's all about the experience that you're trying to create when patients are in your office. The more positive things that you have going on, the more fun things, the more lighthearted things, the better that's going to be for your patients, and it's ultimately going to help improve their experience. There are so many ways that you can make this match the style, the theme, and brand of your practice. If you're struggling with creative ideas and what you can do and how to do it, DSID actually offers the tools and resources to make this easier. Everything you see on this table here, barring the beads in the jar, but all the printed material, all the branded pieces of content, those are produced by DSID, and we actually offer customizable templates such as this. So if you wanted to implement this March Madness contest in your practice, you can actually do so, and we would customize it specifically for you. So you would log into your LoopOS account, navigate to Request, click on Contests, and from there you can browse the contest and then select the one that appeals to you. So say for instance you want to do March Madness, select the March Madness contest, and when you request that, it's going to prompt you with a form, and within that form it's going to ask you things like prize that you want to offer. Is this paper only, digital only, or a combination of both? What are the dates that this contest is running? Essentially, you just provide all those customizable details, and we take care of the rest. And we deliver to you all the content ready to go, which includes a social media graphic, a printable flyer, ballot box graphic, entry forms, fancy entry form, just the black and white simple one that's available to anyone. Most importantly, we also provide you with motion graphics to run on your in-office digital displays. You can also promote those videos on your social media channels, wherever else you see fit. We also include links to where you can find things like the ballot boxes, the basketball beads. You can apply this to so many different themes and styles. Say, for instance, do a Valentine's heart contest. If you use candy hearts, month of March, you could do jelly beans for spring or Easter. It's also St. Patty's Day, so you could do like a pot of gold, and people have to guess the number of gold coins. Again, on Amazon has some great things there that are super cheap. You can order a little black cauldron and fill it with some plastic gold coins. And that's the kind of stuff that you could reuse year after year. Just store it away in the back when the contest is not running, and bring it out when it's time again, the relevant time of year. There's no reason why you couldn't have a count contest like this running throughout the year. You just theme it and style it for whatever is relevant to that time of year. Keep the fun going, keep the engagement going. So if you were wondering how many beads there are actually in this jar, the answer is, wait for it, 394. There were originally 400 of them, but one of my kids snagged a couple to make a bracelet. So if you're looking to run a count contest like this, whether it's March Madness theme or some other theme, please contact DSID. We can certainly help you with the creative, with the ideas, with the content. Our team is able to customize things specifically for your practice. So thanks for watching. As ever, please like and subscribe. We always appreciate that. I hope this video has been helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.